Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Yahaira and this is Let's Budgets, and on my channel I bring you weekly cash stuffing and budget with me videos, and in today's video it'll be a cash stuffing for a total of 1,007. Just go ahead and count this all out and make sure it's all here. So we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 550, 600, 650, 670, 690, 710, 730, 750, 770, 790, 810, 830, 850, 870, 890, 900, 910, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 1,000. Ooh, that's a different direction. 1,001, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for a total of $1,007. I hope you guys are having a good week. It is Monday when I'm filming this, as per usual. Haven't had a crazy day today. I have an exam, not this Friday, but the next Friday for licensing. So I did a practice version today, scored 79%, which was nice, because I need 70% to pass it. So I'm gonna just keep studying, keep grinding away at that. And then once that's done, I'm pretty much gonna go roll right into studying again for that test that I took in July for my CFP. So I also did some, field agent jobs today for the first time in a while, which sucks because last week I didn't get to do any because they just weren't having any in the areas that I was going to be. And really, like, I picked up a couple sometimes, but then I was like, well, I'm not going to go that way after all, so I canceled them. And so I couldn't tell for nothing was really showing up, so I was like, I don't know if it's just, there just happens to not be anything. Everyone was being like low-key, like shadow banned because I was canceling the ones I did pick up. So I don't think I'm gonna hit $50 this month, but that's fine. Like any little bit is good. Well, it's a little bit more than I had before, so I will take it. Cause I'm just trying to hit at least in my account $40 for my. I had 23 left over from July that I didn't cash out. Trying to hit 40 so I can put that towards the Lambeau Field sinking fund, and then hopefully next month will be better, but maybe not because we're going to be very busy next month, so we'll see. But starting off with our variable spending, first up is groceries, getting $80 as 3 20s, a 10, a 5, and 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So groceries now has 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, and 80. I was an absolute menace in Albertsons this past week because they're having like a deal days thing where like different things were like $1, $2, or $3. And on their $1 list, they had Celsius's, and there was no limit. And so Logan loves to drink Celsius. It's been his energy drink of choice lately. So I was like, there's no limits. I'm just gonna go ahead and ransack them. So I bought 30 of them. And then my mom got a couple more, and then I might stop by the store tomorrow before the sale ends just to get a little bit more. Just to be good for a while, because $1 for those is a very good deal. Next up is Pups, and it's getting 50 as a 50. So Pups now has $100 in the bank. Then 50, 70, 80, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 201. So we have 201 in Pups. And Ash is due for vaccines at the end of September. Next up is eating out, and that's getting 60 as 3 20s. So eating out now has 20, 40, 60. Fun is getting its usual 30 as a 20 and a 10. So Fun now has 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90. We went to the fair this past weekend, and it was one of those where it's like, I know how fair is expensive, right? Like fair food is crazy expensive, but it was still kind of like, oh my goodness, like we got burgers and fries and a drink at one booth, and that was like $45. And then we got onion rings, which were the worst onion rings I've ever had, I think. They somehow had no flavor, and the onions were still kind of hard, like they weren't like the right kind of tender. So I was just very upset about them. So that and the soda cost $15, and then Logan got a funnel cake, and I think there's another like $15. it was kind of one of those things where it's like we have another market in the area called the 626 Market. And it's a Japanese themed one, and it's pretty much you go there for food. They have vendors and stuff and like performances, but the main thing is food. And Logan was like, I think I like that one better because he's like, that one, like, you go to eat. Like, that's the reason why you go, is to go eat. And I was like, yeah, I was like, I think we took my nieces to the fair last year, and I was like, I think the fair is good for that when you have kids, to take them on the rides, play games or whatever. But like for us, like he said, like I said, just the main goal is to eat food, like eat unique food. It would be the 626 Market because that has more options for that sort of thing. Up next is gas, and that's getting $1.55 as a 100, 220s, a 10, and a 5. So gas now has 100, 120, 140, 150, 155. Gas is hanging out sub $4, and that makes me so happy, and I hope she hangs out there for a good long time. Ashley Foods getting Skit, and then Costco is getting $30 as a 20 and a 10. So Costco now has $30. And that'll do it for this. Up next is my personal binder. Starting off with my envelope, I'm getting 35 as usual, as a 20, a 10, and a 5. So I now have 20, 30, 35. Barnes & Noble's having their half off sale right now, and I decided I'm not going to indulge in it right now, because I still have a lot of the books that I bought earlier this year, or end of last year, I guess. So I was like, we'll hold off into it. If I don't use it in December either, which I probably would use it in December, I really should get back on the reading wagon. And it's just really hard because the studying that I was doing, I was like, I don't want to read anymore, you know? It's like I've been reading and looking at things and like listening to things for the last couple hours. The last thing I want to do is read more, even if it's for fun. But I digress. But yeah, so we'll see. If anything, I might use it for myself or something. I don't know. Up next is Lambeau Field, and that's getting its usual $15 as a 10 and a 5. So Lambeau Field now has $1,000 in the bank, and then it has 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and 52 for a total of 1,052. I should be able to cash out for next week for. I don't think I'll be able to do it before. Yeah, I won't be able to do it before the cash condensing, but for sure at least be able to do it for next month for Lambeau Field. Up next is our saving challenges, and this month we're doing a mini August challenge. And this week she's getting $10 once again. So we now have 10, 20, 30 in here. Let's go ahead and cross out another row of 2s. This will probably go towards our electronics sinking fund once we complete it, because we have a little bit of a debt there, but that's almost cleared out. So that'll do it for this one. Quick on that one. Then we got our first sinking funds binder. This one's more for like priority / has an end date goal, which I really should take out this one, because technically she spent because we got our yen and everything, but whatever. So we're gonna start off with Christmas. She's getting 125 this week as a 100, a 20, and a 5. Oh, there's a 1 in there. She snuck in. So in Christmas, we now have $100, $200, $300 in the bank. 4, 5, 6, 700. 750, 770, 790, 800, 805, 10, 15, 20, and 1. So it's a total of 821. And our goal is $1,400. Technically, we started off the year with $1,500 as our goal, but we bought a couple presents. So after pulling out for that, I've gone ahead and lowered the amount. Technically, it should have been like $1,360, but I hate that. I wanted a nice even number. So I run it up to $1,400. Because worst case is we have money left over and we just put it somewhere else. From there, gifts is done for the year. We're gonna just go to electronics, and that's getting its usual 10 as a 10. So electronics now has $10. And then last in here is our emergency fund. I had to pull $100 from here for car repairs that we had, which PSA, by the way, she's getting $100 this week, is keep cash on hand. Because, so we have more than this, technically than emergency fund, but we have it in cash. I don't count it as part of our emergency fund. I used to, but then I was like, let's separate it out. And we had to get some stuff down on like Durango, and they told me like we recommend cash or debit card because if you pay with the credit card, we're gonna hit a 3% fee. And so I was like, oh, let's not do that then. So I took cash with me. So I had that in our stash plus a little bit from our emergency fund. So I highly recommend having cash on hand for that reason, because you never know what's going to be helpful. So for our emergency fund, we now have $1,000 in the bank. Then we have 100, 150, 170, 180, 181, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for a total of 1,186. And then we have our other sinking funds binder. This one's for never-ending goals / not priority goals. Starting off with our car maintenance, that's getting $150 this week as a 100 and a 50. So car maintenance now has $150 in it. Up next is medical. And she's getting $100 this week as a 100. Ooh. So medical now has 100, 200, 250. Clothes is getting $5 as a 5. So clothes now has 20, 25, 30, and 35. And then lastly is our new car sinking fund. This is one where I'm debating about where I made it part of our budget to start putting $50 towards her, but with some stuff that came up with our budget recently, I highly recommend watching my budget with me this week if you haven't already. I go over some stuff that we had come up and like how our budget is shifting a little bit for the rest of the year. Part of me was like, do I keep putting this 50 towards a new car every month, or I put it elsewhere? But part of me is like, I don't know if we should, because like it's not. I don't want to say that it's not a lot, but but like looking at it in the scope of like what the goals are and what we need, I'm like, should I just keep it here and just keep saving for it? Because we do need to be saving for this at some point, you know? And I started saving for just like with little bits, little odds and ends in our budget. So I don't know. I feel like I'm going to keep the 50 in there. It'll get the last $52 from the budget for this week. But I don't know. I just have to kind of sit with it and decide. Because, like, I'm very much a proponent of, like, every little bit adds up, you know? Like, even if you can only save $5 a week, save that $5 a week, it'll add up eventually. Or at least lessen the blow when something happens. But, yeah, I don't know. Enough of me rambling. New car now has $100 in the bank. Then 50, 70, 75, 80, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for a total of 186 doll hairs. I think we're going to be just shy of $100 to be able to condense this month in it, but that's okay. But that'll do it for this week's cash stuffing. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps my channel. I hope to see you guys again next week for another week of budgeting. Bye!